Hi, I'm Luke. I work for my father by helping large companies make better decisions. Here's another Snapshot podcast coming right at you.
God wants all to find the dignity of being useful and to experience the satisfying experience of working together. It just doesn't always work that way. If you're poor, an ex-con, recovering alcoholic or drug addict, homeless, or a returning soldier, the way back can be longer and more arduous. But not if you're fortunate enough to meet Coleman Moore. Coleman is a short man in his 60s. He's been many things: a real estate developer, a student in a seminary, a pastor, a church planter. Today he's a furniture builder, restoring lives of the less fortunate. It started when his wife asked Coleman to build a headboard for their bed. Posting it on Craigslist, orders began rolling in for beds, nightstands, desks, and entertainment centers. Coleman had to hire additional staff. Then, one Sunday morning, he heard a speaker talk about the need to provide jobs and people in the inner city. Coleman felt the Lord give him a phrase that would sum up what has become his mission: building lives through building furniture. Custom Cottage is the name of the business in Grand Rapids, Michigan. His mission shapes practical ways in which the business operates to provide his workers, unskilled ex-cons, recovering addicts, and the like, with the opportunity to succeed. One is a flexible schedule. Each builder has keys and can work anytime they like, 24/7. Another is pay structure. Each is paid a minimum wage, and then by piece on top of that. They can make $15 to $20 an hour. Some do, and those who don't are offered further training. Workers gather each day for lunch and a time of swapping stories and praying for each other's needs. Coleman also set up his business so he rarely fires anyone. There are only two reasons he would consider letting someone go. First, if after getting trained they show no aptitude for furniture making. Second, if they don't show up, occupying a place for someone more willing to work. No one gets fired for drinking on the job, cussing out the boss, messing up orders, or getting tossed in jail for a couple nights.
For once you were darkness, but now in the Lord you are light. Live as children of light, for the fruit of the light is found in all that is good and right and true. Try to find out what is pleasing to the Lord. Ephesians 5:8.
A recent study showed that if all the faith-based charitable services were eliminated, it would cost our government well over $1 trillion to replicate. This wouldn't even include people like Coleman Moore. God is restoring all things. He's doing it one individual at a time. It's that personal. God's glory is not flashy or built on celebrity. God's glory is the glory of love. God revealed his love in all its glory when he gave his life for us. We can see it when we look at his pierced hands and open side. The resurrected Lord carries his wounds as a sign of his love for us. Coleman Moore is finding his true identity and reaching the fullness of his life by spending himself in love.
Very truly, I tell you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. John 12:24.
If the grain of wheat doesn't die, it remains a single grain. Without sacrifice, there is no real community of love and support. If Coleman remained only concerned for himself, he'd remain a lonely grain. But his willingness to sacrifice brought new life and hope to these men who had very little, and it gave them a shared community of work. Jesus himself was that grain of wheat. He was speaking of himself when speaking these words. He wants us to not worry about ourselves, but rather to step into his death. He doesn't want us to worry about our way, but with trust pick up his way. We die his death to live his life.
As God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Colossians 3:12-14.
As Christians, we now live his risen life. It is a resurrection that has already taken place. We are a new creation, and God's holiness is something we've already been given. We carry it around deep within us. All we need is to let it radiate through us. We can live a risen life today.
Father, let me walk in your risen life today. Let me find my true identity and the fullness of life by spending my life in love. In the moments of today, grant me the grace to be who you called me to be and to do what you call me to do. Let all these moments together create a holy day.
Snapshot podcasts are a project of WorkLight. For more resources like this one, visit us at worklight.org to sign up for our Flame monthly newsletter and our Workday Spark Reflections. While you're there, be sure to learn more about challenge weekends, small groups, and how to become an igniter for Christ.